This is just a video demonstrating a 2-disc program and routine that I put together that will automate the flashing process of both Robocop and Predator to the Cocoflash. The Cocoflash is a very easy piece of hardware to use to emulate multiple ROM packs, and it's very easy to add the ROM pack images to it, with the exception of Robocop and Predator. Both Robocop and Predator seem to be relatively problematic for most people to flash onto the Cocoflash, and I believe the biggest obstacle to flashing it on with ease is the fact that Robocop is 128K and Predator is 64K. So to alleviate the headaches that most people are having right now regarding these two ROMs, I've decided to put together a 2-disc program that will automate the flashing of both of these ROMs to the Cocoflash. I started off by dumping both Robocop and Predator ROMs, both ROM packs I do own, and then I used the Linux split command to split Robocop into 8 16K blocks and Predator into 4 16K blocks. I did this because the flashing routine that comes with the Cocoflash is set up to flash the 16K blocks. So by doing so, I'm able to use the existing flashing routine. So I've put all the ROMs onto 2 disk images, and you can use either the Coco SDC or a physical floppy drive to flash both of these ROM packs to the Cocoflash. So in this case, I'm going to use the SDC because I would imagine it would be the preferred choice for flashing both of these ROM packs. So I've already created a directory on my SDC, and I have both disk 1 and disk 2 in that directory. So disk 1 is mounted in drive 0 of the SDC, and I just have to make sure that we mount disk 2 into drive 1 of the SDC. And the reason that we need to do this is because of the size of the ROM. So disk 1 will flash the first 7 of 8 16K blocks for Robocop. Disk 2 will finish the 8th block and then flash the 4 blocks of Predator. So, like I said, we have to make sure that disk 1 is in drive 0 and disk 2 is in drive 1. So we'll mount disk 2 into drive 1 by using shift 1. So now disk 1 is in drive 0, disk 2 is in drive 1. So we're going to come over here, and you can either use the standard SDC commands or the SDC Explorer. In this case, I'm using SDC Explorer, so I'll scroll down and I'll launch the program. And the program starts with a small splash screen that just reminds you that this program is for use to flash ROM pack images of both Robocop and Predator. And it is assumed that by doing so you already own these ROM packs and that these are being used as a means to back up those packs. So just a small disclaimer reminding you that these packs are copyrighted. So the beginning of the program reminds you again to make sure that disk 1 is in drive 0 and disk 2 is in drive 1. It's also reminding you that once this program has completely flashed Robocop and Predator, to edit your menu program with the lines data Robocop, comma bank 1000 and data Predator, comma bank 1032. So press enter to begin. And it's starting by flashing Robocop 0, which is the name of the first 16K of 128K blocks for Robocop. I don't know if you saw that, it came by pretty quickly, but it just said that it flashed the first 16K block to bank 1000. It's now going to flash the next one to bank 1004. And it should be jumping by 4s every time it finds the next available bank. And that's because each individual bank is 4K, so it's using 4 4K banks for every 16K block that I've created. And like I said, there are 8 16K blocks that comprise Robocop and 4 16K blocks that comprise Predator. So it's now flashing Robocop 5. To bank 1020. Robocop 6. And that should be going to bank 1024. And it is. Alright, it's now loaded disk number 2, and it's looking for Robocop Robocop 7, which is actually the 8th 16K block. And it'll be automatically flashing that to bank 1028. It's now completed Robocop, and it's beginning the process of flashing the 4 pieces of the Predator ROM. So starting off with Predator 0, and it should start the flash at bank 1032. Predator 1. And finally Predator 3, which is the last and 4th block of the Predator ROM pack to be flashed. Okay, so it's said that it's finished flashing Robocop in bank 1000 and Predator in bank 1032. And again, it's reminding you to edit your menu.bas program with the data lines for Robocop and Predator. So we're going to turn the Cocoflash on and make sure that both of these are on the Cocoflash. So I've just started up my Cocoflash, which is in slot 1 of my MPI. And we'll start by checking Predator. We'll reset the Cocoflash, and we'll make sure that Robocop works. Alright, that's it. It's that easy to do.